Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. To the first reaction video, you know what I'm saying? We heading over to Anton Daniels. It's a reaction video. There's a woman that's got some questions for us, brothers, and some opinions of her own as well. And so, you know, we're going to listen, pause, play, and chime in, man. I appreciate y'all being with me. Let's go.
So sometimes it just feel like black women can never be good enough for black men. Y'all say y'all want natural women, but we wear our hair natural, and it's really if you're natural and you have a curly hair pattern that y'all like, not if you're natural and you have a 4C. Y'all say y'all don't like makeup, but then y'all get the girls who wear makeup. It's just so confusing to us, and I feel like usually the men are supposed to be the head, right? So if the man is the head, then y'all are leading the conversation, and y'all are leading the trend of why we dress and do the things that we do, because ultimately it's to get a man, right? I mean, usually, not for all women, but for most women, it's to get a man. So we're going to do what's going to attract you. I mean, it's just basic nature. Like, if you look at the animals and all that, they do what's going to attract their mate. So we do the same thing. So I'm just curious, like, why does it seem like it's so tough for black men and black women?
Wait. Y'all hearing this? Y'all hearing this? Mic check. Hey, chat, are y'all hearing this? Let's take this from the top. I want to see if she's serious. Hold on. I'm going to start pausing now. Let's go.
So sometimes it just feel like black women can never be good enough for black men. Y'all say y'all want natural women, but we wear our hair natural, and it's really...
Time out. That's not her hair. And it ain't her eyelashes either. And those aren't her eyebrows. And that's not her skin. That shit, she got a face full of makeup, big ass eyelashes, and a weave, and she's talking about, we like it natural, so y'all go natural. You're not natural. You're not natural. Right now. Let's go.
If you're natural and you have a curly hair pattern that y'all like, not if you're natural and you have a 4C. Y'all say y'all don't like makeup, but then y'all get the girls who wear makeup.
Cat, where you see it at? Where you see it at? Where do you see this at? What is she talking about? Men don't like women who wear makeup all the time. Men don't object to makeup on occasion. Makeup used to be an on occasion thing. Y'all want to have a beat face 60% of the year. That's a costume. At that point, it's a costume. It's people who literally wake up and be like, I'm not going outside without putting on my face first. That's a costume. So yeah, me personally, I like women that are natural. I understand a woman gonna have put some other people hair in her head sometimes because I like them melanated. So I understand women is gonna put some other people hair in their head sometimes, and I understand they're gonna beat their face sometimes. But I always say I like a woman who's natural 85% of the year. 85% of the year. Most days out of the year, she ain't doing nothing more than some moisturizer. And I also like women who got good skin, but I like women who have good diets. All that shit they go hand in hand with each other. You see how that shit makes sense? You feel me? Let's go.
It's just so confusing to us, and I feel like usually the men are supposed to be the head, right? So if the man is the head, then y'all are leading the conversation, and y'all are leading the trend of why we dress and do the things that we do, because ultimately it's to get a man, right? I mean, usually, not for all women, but for most women, it's to get a man. So we're going to do what's going to attract you. I mean, it's just basic nature. Like, if you look at the animals and all that, they do what's going to attract their mate.
No, not anymore. Them days over. Y'all been stopped caring about us. It's all over the internet. If y'all want to give me I told y'all I got time today. If y'all want to give me a couple minutes to just go down the YouTube rabbit hole and see how many females we could find in under 5 minutes saying they don't need a man. What is she talking about? Women do what the men say they like. Since when? The marriage rates is down because y'all no longer care about what we like. We be like, we like it like this, and y'all be like, we don't do this for y'all. We hear it all the time. Let me know if I'm capping, chat. I'm cool with being wrong. I want to crack the codes. I'm cool with being wrong. Shout out to the people that's tuned in from Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all of y'all. But yeah, I'm cool with being wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know if I'm capping. You feel me? But that's crazy work. When did that shit over with? Them days is over. Y'all now call women who now acquiesce to the desires of men are called pick-me's, which I think is a good thing. But in the female community, It's a term that's supposed to be an insult. So you mean to tell me this woman that desires a man is behaving in a manner that is going and speaking in a manner that is going to help her acquire a man which she desires, and you call her a pick me like it's something wrong with what she's doing? Her actions are in alignment with her desires, and then she gets her results. And y'all are calling that a bad thing. I'm lost. And welcome to 2025. Let's go.
So we do the same thing. So I'm just curious, like, why does it seem like it's so tough for black men and black women to just love each other and love each other genuinely and not have all these stipulations that we put on one another that we don't put on other races when we date outside of our own race? So it's no hate, it's just really the question, and I'm just sick of the hate that we spew against each other when we should just be loving one another. And it's nothing wrong if you feel like you want to date outside of your race. I'm just saying, when you date outside of your race, why do you have to hate black women so bad? Why do you have to feel like you have to put this other race?
All right, so listen, I'm not sure what Anton's about to say when he starts. I can't help but to keep interjecting, because it's like she says, so men who, I talked about this on a previous piece of content, black men typically desire black women. We marry black women at 85%. Of the 15% that are not married to black women, according to blackdemographics.com, of the 15% that are not married to black women, 7% of them are with a Caucasian woman. 8% of them are just with non-black women that are not Caucasian. So Asian, Hispanic, whatever you want to call it, right? They're with a non-white woman, non-black woman, right? So that's the reality of the numbers today as far as marriage is concerned. So by and large, black men and black women do love each other. So let's get that misconception out of the way. You know what I'm saying? We do love each other. Point blank and simple. And if we didn't love each other, we wouldn't be able to sit here and get millions of clicks and views trying to figure this shit out, talking about it every day, right? So we clearly care on both sides. But I just answered the answer to her question. I just answered it with my previous statement, which was simply that feminism came in. Sisters bought into feminism. Feminism was started by white women. Sisters bought into the shit, or the Western women, period, bought into the shit. And what happened is women stopped being pick-me's. That's why I'm going to forever say pick-me is a good thing. A woman that is a pick-me is simply a woman that is acquiescing to the desire of a man because she wants to have a man. It's simple. If women like dudes that are in shape with good skin and good hygiene and some money, men want that thing. So they gonna get their skin together, get in shape, and get some money. And the ones that don't do it, they understand why they get their results. You're not gonna find a whole bunch of completely delusional dudes on the internet. You're not. Because reality hits us right upside the head. We don't really have no choice. We got to deal with that shit. It's gonna smack us in the face. You know what I'm saying? Being a pretty woman is fairly easy. Y'all could combat me. Correct me if I'm wrong. Being a beautiful woman is fairly easy. It's not a lot of beautiful women that are homeless. It's homeless women, but they not bad. If you a bad chick, you'll never go homeless. You'll never go without a meal. That's men don't have that. You could look like Boris Kojo. It don't matter. You is not going to always be able to find a couch to surf on. You're not. You could look like Chris Brown. You're not always going to be able to find a couch to surf on. You're not. Your looks ain't going to skate you by as no dude. So reality hit us much harder and much sooner than women. And I think, women they've been literally weaponized against us. Black women have been weaponized against black men. They went for it, which I'm not surprised because I understand psychology and I understand how the sheep are being herded. There's a few sisters, there's a lesser percentage or a minority of sisters who are still operating in their femininity, still holding on to some of the values from yesteryear while adopting the values of today's time that are beneficial, because we should be evolving. Those women who have that balance, they're getting married. Like I always say, people be complaining about relationships and the dating pool, but it's a wedding every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Somebody getting married every weekend. So while you just say you not having success, just say you not having success. Don't speak for everybody, because the banquet halls ain't going out of business. That's just real. Let's go.
Over black women and make it feel like they're better, and that's why you chose that was the better option, when that's just not the case. Women are women regardless of the color. We all have the same traits for the most part. It doesn't matter if it's black, white, Asian, Mexican, Indian, whatever you choose. Women are going to be women.
Well, it seems like her heart is in a good place, but she just needs a little bit of insight, a little bit of correction so that she can get a better understanding of how men think. Number one, I could just look at her right now and I could say it's the eyelashes, the butterfly eyelashes. Like, how can you talk about natural and then everything about what men say that they don't want and what they talk about on a regular basis is the opposite of what your behavior is? And I think that that speaks to the bigger issue, is that it's the attitude, it's the disposition, it's to love me regardless of how it is that I act. It's the fact that y'all partnered with feminism that was against you in order to break up your households. It's the facts that you decide that you want.
Hold on. So y'all know I haven't watched this. I don't know if I told y'all I didn't watch this before I did this reaction. I don't watch my reaction videos. I see the headline, I see the thumbnail, I'd be like, all right, we're gonna use this. If anything, I'll watch 10 seconds. The fact that Anton Daniels is making the same points that I just made and I didn't see this already, I had no idea what he was about to say. So men everywhere saying the same shit because none of it's true. That's crazy. Let's go.
Go and sleep around and have children by men that's not supposed to be with you in the first place, that you pass up on men that you should have married, and then you want to come back and say, why can't I find love? Because guys listen to you, they made adjustments, and now they have higher standards, and they don't feel like they have to deal with or accept when it's a worldwide competition for black men. That's really the gist of it. I don't think that men are a monolith and that it is all black men that say that they don't want black women, right? I think that the overwhelming majority of black men in particular have a preference for black women, but do not like what it is that comes along with them. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think that there's a narrative that's being painted like you guys aren't loved, you guys aren't accepted. No, it's that you made bad decisions and we're unwilling to accept what comes along with it. And so while, for example, I know a lot of guys that say that, man, I really, really want to get married. I really, really want to get married. They won't do it because they're also afraid of divorce. They don't want what comes along with it. When you have a group of women, for example, that label themselves as a 92%, and they say, and they listen to a woman like Michelle Obama that says during the election, go against what your husband say and do what you need to do in order to vote in this woman that we want to be president of the United States of America. When you have a group of women that say that they're the most educated, when in reality they're the most enrolled and the most in debt, how can you tell a man that he's supposed to accept a woman in which he marries, he now inherits her student loans, and y'all sit there and y'all say that y'all don't like men? And really, it's really just a Me Too. The problem.
Let me jump in right here real quick because I like a lot of what Anton's saying, but he's so nice. He's so kind. You know what I'm saying? This brother been married for 20 years to a chocolate sister. You know what I'm saying? Anton's being kind. He's trying to calm himself down. He's in that area. I'm not there yet. Okay? So while he can offer balance here, it's just, hey, look, sisters, the sooner we embrace this, the better. The sooner we embrace this, the better. I'm finna just give y'all facts, some shit that y'all can't argue with me about. Now, the rest of the stuff, tell me if I'm wrong. But this, you can't argue with me about. The average black man, and matter of fact, man, this live. Let's go. No, let's just do it like that. Average black man's income in America. Let's just do it quick. Black men in the United States of America, average annual income is $79,000. However, figure varies significantly based on age, experience, and other factors. While some black men earn significantly higher incomes, the median income for black families is $54,000. Those are the numbers, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the numbers. So while y'all sit around and talk about how much we don't need each other, the numbers show that by and large, most people living right around the poverty line as a household. And that's because a lot of us are doing it alone. Y'all doing it alone. Yep. I could do bad all by myself. Why would I go 50-50 with a man when I can handle 100 now? So you don't want anything to lighten your load? No, if you can't take the whole load, I'd rather just take the whole load. No puffy. You know what I'm saying? Because that sounded crazy. But you get what I'm saying? Like, you don't want anything to lighten your load, to help you, to lend you a hand? No, if you can't take everything off my shoulders, check all my boxes, and grow with me as I grow, and hit your goals in a manner that is faster than my grace running out, if you can't do all of that, I'd rather just be without a man altogether. Okay, and this is what we saying. This is what we saying in response. Okay, we just gonna go get with Guadalupe. It's over with. That's what we saying in response to all that. Okay, you've made it difficult enough. You got it. And listen, they'll shame you on the way out the door. Oh, you wasn't man enough to tame you. So I don't want to tame nothing. I don't want to tame it. I don't want to handle it. I don't want to no, just fall in line or fall off. And we gonna call Meredith or Maribel or goddamn, you see what I'm saying? And she's not wrong when she says all women are women. That's true. But all women don't grow up in the same culture. Raise a child up in the way it should go, and they should not depart from it. You understand? So when you come up in a culture and where the customs, where you see your mama and you see abuela and you see abuelita and you see tia and you see them, you see them catering to the men and taking care of the men, and you see the man outside getting their hands dirty and fixing shit, and you see the family structure and you see that, and you grew up around that, you're going to be that to the men when you start dating them. But see, our sisters unfortunately ain't growing up seeing that. They're not growing up seeing that. They're growing up seeing mom dukes dating around and shit. You know what I'm saying? They're growing up seeing pops got chicks in and out and shit. They growing up, you know what I mean? They growing up jumping. You see what I'm saying? So we can't even, it's not even, we done got to a point where, and it's self-inflicted. No, it's nobody's fault but ours. We bought the bullshit. Our women bought the bullshit, and we like shit. It's a lot of men now that's like shit. Look, if this shit gonna be this difficult, I'm trying to go somewhere where it's easy. Because a house ain't, listen, going home to a difficult woman, that's not a house, fam. That's not a home, fam. Going home to a difficult woman is not a home. For all the men that's suffering in silence right now, I feel you. Going home to a difficult woman is not a home, G. I feel you. You need you an agreeable woman, a cooperative woman, and sometimes that's Katie. That's what dudes is telling y'all. Sometimes it's Katie. Sometimes it's Hannah. But he wanted Katrina. So you saying, why do men say shit about black women as they depart from them and end up with somebody else? Is because of resentment. They wanted a sister. They just could not, for the life of them, run into one that act how they want a woman to act long term. This one thing I always tell women, the biggest thing that y'all don't see is the male experience. Our women lack empathy. I'll be like, the only reason y'all think y'all so great is because y'all don't date y'all. Ask the studs. The studs know. The studs sound just like us because they date y'all. They sound just like us. Same complaints. Same everything. Haircuts, clothes, complaints, same shit. Same experience. So, let me know when I start lying. Let's go.
I think mostly with black women is that they want to be so much like everybody else, but they pick the wrong things that they're adopting. And obviously, I'm not speaking about all black women because I don't believe that they're a monolith either. But the problem is that y'all just continue to partner with people that don't even have your best interests at heart as far as the ways that you think make sense that then ultimately ruin your lifestyle, it ruins your children, it ruins your prospects, and it ruins your future. So why would you partner with feminists to remove yourselves out of your households and then divest yourself against the men that you say that you now want, that you ultimately came back to, and now they were unwilling to accept your behavior? Why would you vote for a woman when men said, yo, listen, we need to look a little bit differently. We need to get off the Democrat plantation. But you say, no, we the part of the 92%, we partner with women. I will tell you, like, for example, she said during this video that women are doing things so that they can find a mate. Y'all doing all of the opposite things that men are saying that they want. Okay. I see we got to give a little bit dive a little deeper and give some more examples, right? So, for example, if we say we don't want single mothers, right? That it's no benefit in being a step crash dummy, that you need to marry before you carry, then why would you go out there and all of y'all chase the same man just to get pregnant by him? If we say, for example, like I could tell you that even the things that women do, how they dress, the way that they look, right? Every single black woman, almost all of them have a fucking bull ring in their nose. All of them, they fit into this narrative where they had these butterfly eyelashes. They have, when they, even the simple things like the jewelry that they not asking for that because they think about it from themselves, or a man is what it is that we evaluate them. Most of the shit that y'all do it for other women. Y'all not doing it for us. You do it for the validation of your homegirls, for your friends, for your mother, all of this stuff. You don't do it for the validation of a man. And so I would say that that's a false narrative. I don't believe even a little bit that these women are doing things for the acceptance of men or because they think that this is what men want. I think that it's the complete opposite. I think that they do it to be rebellious. And I've seen so much rebelliousness, so much anger, so much hate. Y'all follow all of the wrong women that give y'all all of the wrong advice. And you think that somehow, some way, we just supposed to accept you as you are. What guys realize is that it's a global marketplace. And again, I believe that black women, for the most part, have all of the characteristics physically that other women wanted. Y'all never had to get a
Yeah, black women, you know, the melanated Afro origin, you know, indigenous woman or whatever the case may be. That's the finest shit you gonna get on earth. The most finest woman on earth is copper colored. She's dark. She gonna be melanated for sure. The finest on the planet at all times. At all times, the finest woman on the planet gonna be melanated at all times. We can't get enough of the sisters. I'm telling you. We can't get enough of the sisters. But shit, look, if you can't tell them nothing, you can't lead them, you can't guide them, you know, you can't, you know, they don't want to come under your covering, come under your authority, then hey, you know, call Isabel, you know what I mean? Call Irene, you know what I'm saying? Because the fuck? Who's signing up to suffer in silence for the next 30, 40, 50 years? And then these days, it's not even that. You're not even signing up to suffer in silence. Because motherfucker end a marriage like y'all just go together. They're in the marriage today like y'all just go together. Divorce like breaking up. It ain't even that big of a deal. Must get out of a marriage quick. I'm seeing a trend of that too. Oh yeah, my first marriage. How many marriages you had? Oh, I'm on my third. Damn. That's crazy. And it's like it's something to brag about. Yeah, you know, I'm definitely a wife. Well, seems like you're failing. Huh. You're only supposed to be a wife once. Let somebody die. And some people will still tell you once. Some people don't believe in remarrying. That's how loyal it is to the dirt. You know what I'm saying? But let's go.
BBL. You never had to do enhancements or surgery. All you had to do was take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? All of the things that you were supposed to focus on is the things that you don't focus on. And all of the things that you're not supposed to focus on is the things that you dedicate yourself to. And it's so dumb. It is so dumb. The mindset, the narrative. And again, this is not towards her. I always like to leave a link in the description so that y'all can tap back into the person that we speaking about. This is not towards her in particular, but it does speak to a larger narrative, I believe. And guys are no longer just settling. It's not. It's a global marketplace. I think that guys are going to shoot their shot at women. I think that the majority of Western women, regardless of what your demographic is, I think that they all generally think the same. And guys is not even fucking with, a lot of guys don't even want women that's from here in the United States of America. Now, I always had a preference and have a preference for black women, but only the best of the best. Like, as far as mindset is concerned. Like, you just have to be a grown adult. You can't be walking around with no debt. You can't be walking around promiscuous. You can't be walking around having been slept with everybody. Most of these chicks, they all got diseases and stuff like that. They all congregate in the same cities. You know what I'm saying? So I think that there are a lot of women that is dope. A lot of black women that is dope. But y'all got to separate yourselves from the ones that's not. I could be off though. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Shout out to Anton Daniels, man. Shout out to Anton Daniels. Shout out to his rhetoric. What up, Chris Dale in the chat? What's going on with it? What's happening? From the spelling of Chris, I can't tell. Is it male or female? It don't even matter. Shout out to you. For sure. Appreciate you. Yeah, but big ups to Anton Daniels for his commentary. I agree with a lot of what he said. He made some points that I made, and then he added some additional things, and obviously I added to his video too. But shout out to Anton Daniels. Y'all make sure y'all go tap in with him for sure. I always put his credentials in the description of the videos and stuff like that. So y'all make sure y'all tap in. But yeah, man, it's crazy. I think I said enough on that one. I don't want to, you know what I mean? We ain't gonna beat that to death, but that's enough for that reaction. Let me hold on. That was the old reaction. Yeah. But that was our reaction. Do black men even like black women? With Anton Daniels, man. So y'all make sure y'all tap in. If you like what you just saw, support the channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and jump in the comments. Talk to me so we could crack these codes. If you want to support the channel monetarily, go to my website and cop some merch, www.theclassiccodes.com. Or you can shoot me a cash app. Either way, stick to the codes.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winter